He noticed her because of how she was standing. That was 2000, and Chen Si was crossing the bridge in Nanjing on his way somewhere else. Something about the woman ahead of him did not look right, so he stopped and started talking to her. He took her for a meal. He listened. He made sure she got home. 3 years later, he started going back on purpose. Since December 2003, he has spent every weekend on that bridge, walking it and riding it on his motorbike in a red vest that says something close to cherish life every day. He works in logistics during the week. He has said what he looks for is a way of walking. People who seem to have no direction in it. People who look like the pressure has become too much. Then he goes over and asks them what is wrong. Most of it, by his account, is listening. Money, illness, debt, work, family. He tries to find a specific problem and then find something that can be done about it. Sometimes he has taken people home with him. He has helped some of them find work. By July 2024, the South China Morning Post put the number of people he had reached at 469 across 21 years. One of them was a scrap metal dealer named Chen Si, who had borrowed heavily to pay for his daughter's leukemia treatment. A month after Chen Si talked to him, an NPR reporter found the two of them having lunch together, with Shi's wife and daughter at the table White Hart. But first of all, let's see who is this man, before he recognized as the Angel of Nanjing. His early life before he starts showing that not all heroes wear capes. Welcome to Documentary Gallery Channel. If it's your first time here, make sure you subscribe to be entertained in these topics. Chen Si is widely known as the Angel of Nanjing. He is a Chinese volunteer who has spent over 2 decades patrolling the Nanjing Yangtze River Bridge to prevent suicides. He was born in 1968 in an impoverished farming village in Suqian, Jiangsu Province, China. He grew up in severe poverty. He struggled through hard rural labor during his childhood. In 1990, at age 22, Chen moved to Nanjing in search of work. As an uneducated migrant worker with little money, he faced immense hardship, taking low-wage manual jobs in construction and selling vegetables. During his early, desperate years in Nanjing, an elderly local man named Mr. Lin took pity on him, offering him meals, shelter, and encouragement. This act of kindness left a lasting impression on Chen. By the late 1990s and early 2000s, Chen established a modest, stable livelihood operating a small freight transport and fruit supply business in Nanjing. As we mentioned it before, Chen was born to poor rural farmers in Suqian. His father worked as a small-scale farmer and laborer, instilling a strong work ethic in Chen despite their extreme financial struggles. Chen grew up in a traditional rural family, with siblings who remained primarily in agricultural or local migrant work in Jiangsu Province. Chen Si married to Shi. In the early years of his volunteer work, his dedicated patrols put a heavy financial and emotional strain on their family. Chen spent a large portion of his modest savings on food, shelter, and travel home for the people he rescued. Over time, his wife came to deeply support his mission. Chen Si and Shi shares one daughter. His first patrol started on September 19, 2003. When moved by news stories of high suicide rates at the Nanjing Yangtze River Bridge, one of the world's most frequent suicide locations, Chen bought a pair of binoculars, rented a bicycle, and posted himself on the bridge. On his very first day, he successfully talked a young woman out of jumping. Since September 2003, Chen Si has personally saved over 400 people. Estimates range between 400 and 450 individuals. His patrols was taking 4.2 mile, which is 6.7 kilometers, bridge every weekend and holiday. On an electric scooter, identifying individuals in distress by their posture, pacing, or weeping. After physically pulling or talking people back from the ledge, he takes them to local eateries for a warm meal. He established a rented safe house, nicknamed the Heartbreak Hotel, where survivors can stay temporarily. Follow up. He counsels them, helps pay off urgent debts when possible, contacts their families, or helps them find jobs. With this humanity made, Chen Si receives awards recognition. He was awarded the title of China Good Person by the Central Civilization Office and named a moral model of Jiangsu Province and civilized citizen of Nanjing. Subject of the acclaimed 2015 international documentary Film Angel of Nanjing, directed by Jordan Horowitz and Frank Farindo, which won multiple international film festival awards. He received civic commendations and public grants across China to assist with funding his temporary shelter and rescue operations. The Nanjing Yangtze River Bridge in Jiangsu, China, has historically been one of the most frequent locations for suicide in the world. Since December 2003, Chen Si, an ordinary blue-collar worker with no formal psychiatric background, has spent virtually every weekend patrolling the bridge to intercept people in crisis. The documentary film captures real-time interventions, showing how Chen Si physically pulls people back from the ledge and talks them down during moments of desperation. To date, he has saved over 400 lives. The documentary provides a direct look into Chen Si's practical, hands-on approach to saving and supporting individuals. Chen Si was wearing a bright red or reflective jacket printed with "Cherish Life" every day and rides his motor scooter along the bridge span, watching for distinct body language, such as leaning over the railing, pacing back and forth, or prolonged crying. Without clinical training, Chen relies on direct empathy, physical intervention when necessary, and straightforward human connection to move people to safety. Saving someone on the bridge is only the first step. Then he provides immediate shelter by renting rooms, purchasing food, providing small cash assistance, and helping survivors find employment or reunite with family. The former survivors and new volunteers kept returning to help Chen Si patrol and host gatherings, creating a peer support network for ongoing healing. It was an honor to be with us till the end of this video, but make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Bye-bye.